3 games in 3 nights. What did you think of the effort overall? Because I thought they gave what they had.
Very, very impressed. I mean, if you're ever going to lose and be happy after a loss, I mean, you want to be proud of the effort, and those kids gave everything that they had tonight. So real bittersweet to end like that, a little bit heartbreaking. So you feel for the guys, but they gave everything they had.
For sure. And, what do you try to do in a 3-on-3? Or is there anything you can do to try and make the burden a little bit easier on them?
I mean, as far as what we did today on an off day, we brought everybody in. We made sure to roll out and take care of the bodies. And even for Owen Flores, we had to get an IV injection as far as playing 3-on-3. He had 100 shots in 24 hours, between those 2 games. Yeah. But, I mean, what can you say? I thought he gave us a chance all the way right down to the end. And a fluke bounce off the skate ends up in the back of the net. And that's why it's a heartbreaker, because everybody just gave what they had. And that's you want to see them get rewarded. And they didn't, but you're very proud of the effort.
Sure. You've won a lot of those games this year, the close games where you got the bounce, right? So is it just maybe sometimes you don't get the bounce, right? Like, you can't get the bounce every game.
No, and, fortunately for us, we got a lot more of these games. And like I said, that one stings. But I think at the end of the day, the one thing you can control is the effort. You can't control the breaks. You can't control the bounces. But the effort, as far as the game plan, very, very proud of the way the kids bounced back there today.
Absolutely. So what's the plan going forward this week? A couple of days off after that?
I mean, it's going to be a day off, and we'll get back to work. I mean, the season doesn't stop. The grind doesn't stop. We got to keep going with these guys, and hopefully just another day closer to getting closer to a healthy lineup.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. Ideally, it would have been great to have Charlie around. Any closer or still a week, 2 weeks?
He's closer. He's closer. Okay. I still don't know when, just because it's those are always, goalie injuries are always kind of funky, right. And you don't want to come back too soon and lose him long term. But the second he comes back, we'll take him, and it's the same thing. Paris and Asadorian are finally getting back on the ice, so we know we're just around the corner from returning, almost 2/3 of a top line. So really looking forward to the 19-year-old presence when they get back.
That really would have helped this weekend too, to have that extra line, wouldn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely, it'll help. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Pete.
Okay. Any chance somebody else besides Owen's going to start in net? Before Charlie comes back, just to give him some relief. I mean, if you had to give him IV.
If Owen Flores can play, he's going to play. That's if he can't play, then we'll look at whatever other option that we have. It might be Finn Moffat, it might be Humphreys, really anybody that's with us. But Owen Flores, the way he's playing at 20 years old, I mean, his last year in the OHL, he wants every single minute that he can, and he's been giving us a chance to win. So it's tough to argue with those results. And like I said, if he physically wasn't capable, we would have went with Humphreys today. But getting him an IV, I thought he played great.
Well, Coach, I mean, when you look at that game, low event. Like, not a lot of shots in the game, but as far as what you saw out there, to me, it looked like a playoff type of game with the way that Sudbury plays. They play a hard-nosed game. You guys didn't back down from them. You've played them already. There's a lot of stuff going on after the whistles. It's a hard team to play against. So are those the situations that you as a coach and you as for the players want to get into more of, knowing that you're going to have these types of battles when you get to playoff time?
Well, I mean, we've been a part of it where Owen Flores has stole the game for us, and I really thought their goalie won it for them. I mean, we had chance after chance out at the end. Rubric, on the forecheck breakaways. I mean, we had a lot of great A's that we could have scored and capitalized and made it easier on ourselves, but their goalie gave them a chance all the way to the end, and they got a lucky bounce. And so, for us, we just got to find a way to keep going.
And did something happen with Max Crete? Didn't see him out there much in that third period. Is that just rookie growing pains?
I think it's rookie growing pains, but it's tough to argue about the guys that were going in a tight game. I mean, they got opportunities to rotate in on that third line. If it wasn't Mason Ray, it would have been Max Crete or Doherty or Levin. But for the most part, they were all taking turns on the third line, where Creeder was going really, really well for us. I think needs to rediscover some form, but that's what happens with 16-year-olds, and got a lot of faith in the guy that it'll get there, and we should be ready to roll again here come next weekend.
In that scenario where you got your first goal and then you have a stoppage for about 5 or 10 minutes, does that kind of change anything from the coaching perspective of trying to get those guys back into the zone? And they're out there having a good time and that with the teddy bears, but then to get them back locked into game mode, is that difficult at all as a coach?
No, we played the exact same way, and it was really fun, to be honest with you. I know I had a lot of family and friends in the crowd there tonight watching the teddy bears rain down on the ice. It's a really special moment, especially being a Niagara resident. So you kind of try to stop up and smell the proverbial roses. Really cool moment for us, and I'm glad that we got right back to work. So I was almost upset that the moment ended, because you could see how the community got behind it. Police are on the ice. You got a lot of people, fans. It was a really cool thing, and really stinks on the result of the game, but overall great atmosphere and pretty good game from the kids.
Lastly, how would you assess the weekend there? A win, the shootout loss, and now a tough one here where you guys probably earned a point but didn't get it. So how do you assess the 3 games there, earning 3 of 6, and then as you go into another 3-game week next week?
Yeah, I think the fact that we didn't lose the weekend. I mean, 3 out of 6 is split it at the worst. I mean, if we split every single weekend from now to the end of the season, we'll still find ourselves in a playoff position, right? So, like I said, small-term goals. The fact that we didn't win, stinks, but the fact that we didn't lose just means that we keep pace, and it's another weekend come and gone, inching closer towards our goal of making the playoffs now. So, I think we're under the 40, or we're getting close to the 40-game mark of what's left on the season here, and for us, we just want to keep cruising. So very, very happy as far as the effort come Thursday night. Same thing with tonight. I thought we had a little bit of a setback on Friday, but again, very proud to be the coach of this team and some great young men inside that dressing room.
Thanks, Coach. See you next week.
Thank you.